Do you know what I keep in this box? A story full of courage and love. Stay tuned, don't miss the story of Xavier and the Paper Boat. When little Xavier was asked what he wanted to be when he grew up, his parents always went ahead and answered for him. He will be a great engineer, Mom would say, or rather, a banker, said his father. However, he wanted to be another profession that ended in O, not E. I want to be a sailor, he answered shyly. But that doesn't make any money, they exclaimed. Xavier did not quite understand the meaning of that comment. They were asking him what he wanted to be, not what he wanted to have. Meanwhile, the little boy played alone in his room with his toy boats, imagining that he was sailing around the 5 continents. His dream was to sail around the world, to visit faraway and beautiful places, to discover thousands of new and amazing people and all those breathtaking places from the movies. Nevertheless, our boy grew and grew, studying and studying, until he became the longed-for banker that his parents wanted so much, a profession that, although he didn't dislike it, he wasn't passionate about either. And the fact is that Xavier, more than anyone else, wanted to keep them happy, because there was no one better than them to know what was best for him, or that's what Xavier had been led to believe. Well, as time went by, he became a great banker, acclaimed by his bosses, his clients, his friends, and above all, by his family. They were all very proud of him. However, Xavier was not proud of himself at all. He earned a lot of money, so much that it came out of his pockets because they were so full. He could buy anything he wanted. He could travel to any place he wished. However, there was something that was always missing. Day after day, he woke up more saddened, more disappointed. "Good morning. You look a bit down in the dumps," a friend once said to him. "The truth is that I have even lost my appetite," he replied, saddened. "But Xavier, you are rich. Look how full your pockets are." "Yes, but my heart is empty and I can't feel it." One fine summer day, a grumpy client arrived at his office. "Xavier, I can't make ends meet this month. You've got to do something." "All right, take it easy. Give me a minute. Let's see." Our banker was typing and typing on his computer without taking his eyes off the screen. Meanwhile, the impatient man with restless hands was busy making paper boats out of all the documents covered in letters and numbers he had at his fingertips. When Xavier looked up and saw him, he remembered those fond afternoons he spent in his room as a child. His eyes widened, and an old but familiar feeling of joy invaded him. He picked up one of the boats and held it gently in his hands. He gazed at it for long seconds with great excitement, and a new light then filled his heart. "Thank you so much. You have given me the answer I was looking for." "You are welcome," the customer surprised, staring at him. "I'm leaving. I have something far more important to do." "Like what?" "Like leaving for once." The young banker loosened his tight, serious gray tie, wrapped his briefcase, and prepared to leave with the intention of resigning. In the bank's office, everyone was staring at him in shock. "But don't you want to manage money anymore?" asked his colleagues. "No, what I want is to manage a sailboat," he answered with a sincere look on his face. "But if you leave, you won't be able to come back and your income will be scarce." "I don't care. I'm tired of counting and counting. What I want is to sail." "This Xavier has gone crazy. He must have lost a screw, a customer added. I may win or lose. I don't know, but I'm going to do it, he replied. He shot out of the bank like lightning, happy like that inner child who played with boats. He went to his family's house to tell them the news, but his parents did not understand what was happening. What do you mean? You are leaving the bank, Xavier? That can't be. My adventurous heart doesn't always want to tread this ground. It wants to sail through changing seas that will show me new and exciting adventures. Our son's wires are crossed, Mom murmured delirious. I want to feel free, and this job doesn't allow me to do that. But you have everything, Xavier. Everything? You think so? Money, work, prestige. Yes, and a lot of stress, he replied. But what else do you want, son? I want to be free, for once, and become what I want to be. And what do you want to be, if I might ask? A sailor. I told you when I was a little boy, but you didn't take me seriously. His parents, puzzled, looked at each other and remembered that Xavier was right. Just then, they understood that it was him and not them who knew the right way. See you soon, Mom and Dad. I'm off to make my wish come true. Our protagonist said goodbye with a smile and hurried back to the bank. Of course, this time to invest his savings in the best way possible, buying a sailboat that would let him to fulfill his dream. And that was how our young and intrepid Xavier awoke thanks to a small paper boat. Becoming a banker was not a mistake, but the experience that would teach him a lesson. He understood that banknotes wouldn't buy us things as precious as his happiness. There was something greater than the value of money. Only courage could grant him his dream. He decided to manage the helm of his life, taking advantage of the time with joy. He began to sail the sea of his feelings, to the sound of his heart, to the sound of the wind.